Hi, I'm back. I've been sick for a while, but I'm now getting a little bit better. So I just wanted to do a little video about my favorite Superman story. No, not my favorite, I guess, because this is not my favorite. But it's. I have this thing every morning. I have 5 comics that I grade, and I get up really early, and I like to just sit down with a cup of coffee and I grade 5 comics and I put them in Mylar because I like that. It's really, really nice. And I have a grade and a little bit of information about it. Not much. Um, I do 5 every morning and I like doing it. And I was doing the Superman comics like this week and I got across these, which is Geoff Johns, John Romita Jr.'s and Klaus Janson's Superman run. It goes from 32 till 40. 40, yes. Um, it's the new Superman with the without the red trunks. So he's not like Superman from my childhood, but it was a good run still. Um, from the new 52. It was entertaining, well written. Superman is a hard character to write because he's just all powerful and he can do everything. So to make up new stories that are interesting and takes a different look at the character without going too far out of the way, it's really difficult. This isn't like a legendary run or anything, but it's entertaining, and the artwork by Romita Jr. and Janson is really, really good. I really love their collaboration. I think they're very good for each other. It's a good pair up by the editor. Um, I don't know if the editor made that choice. They usually do, but maybe Klaus Janson wanted to work with John Romita Jr. or the other way around, or maybe Geoff Johns wanted these two guys on. I don't know. I really think their style complement each other very well. It's a bit rough, but I like that. Like when Janson was doing Daredevil and Batman with Miller. I thought that was really good as well. I just wanted to go through this like very fast, just mainly the covers. This is the first one. It's the legendary start of this run. And for some reason they didn't restart it. I guess it was because they were in the middle of the new 52. So they couldn't start with a number 1. They could have, I guess. But in a way I'm glad, because I'm so tired of the number 1s, all the restarting. This is the 3rd volume of Superman. And it's entertaining. The story is entertaining. There are some really, really... This is the favorite cover of the run for me. It's really beautiful. It's just like, a classic Superman cover. Superman gets a new power in this run. I don't think they're worth anything, but if you like Superman, you should definitely read these. Oh, this is the B cover, the Darwin Cook, because I really love that guy. I love, or he's dead now, but I really love his artwork. That's how I label it, if it's like a variant. Uh, but I like this cover. This is my second favorite of the run. It's a variant as well. It's Kevin Nolan. I don't know if it's Nolan or Nowlan. I say Nowlan because it's N-O-W, Nowlan, but maybe it's pronounced Nolan. I think I've heard it pronounced Nolan, and you guys are probably better with this than I am. So, but this reminds me of the Superman from when I was a kid, and I was sick, and once in a while my mom bought me a comic book. I think maybe she only did it once, but I remember it, maybe that's why I remember it. But she bought me Superman, like a Danish Superman, but it's just translated into Danish. It's in black and white in Danish, or it was back then. And it's like these old goofy stories, and with all the thought bubbles and the speech bubbles on the cover. I love that. I think it's brilliant. It's a really, really nice cover. I love that. and then it's just Jimmy Olsen protecting the old super, and like new power Superman. That's sometimes I buy from my comic shop. It's a bit expensive for me because there's a lot of shipping. The shipping cost is very, plus I have to pay taxes and all that, so it adds up. But sometimes I do like buy like a lot of comic books and then I just pay the bill, and they have their label. If I can save it, I do, because I think it's funny. They said this was a VF. I had it as a 9.0. I think I'm right, but they might be right. I think they're like on the non-expensive, non-key books. Their grading is very. I bought a lot of Uncanny X-Men from them, and their grading is very. What do you say? They're generous with their grading. I think, like I bought like 30 issues of Uncanny X-Men, like just in the middle of the 400s, no keys, and I think they were all graded as fine. And I think there were at least like the worst one was like a VF. So, but I think it's because they're worth nothing. They like $1 or 50 cents for them, so they don't want to spend time grading it. I understand that, so they just look at it. It looks like it's a fine. Nobody's gonna be sad if this is a fine, and But I like that. The thing is, when you buy from eBay, people are always trying to rip you off. If you're buying keys, they're always overgrading their books, or a lot of people are. There's a few honest sellers on eBay, but this isn't going to be a rant or anything. It's just, I'm just so freaking tired of buying comic books that are supposed to be a VF and then it's a fine, or a VG even, I don't want to get into it. It's just annoying as hell. So I use sellers, like stores. I live in Europe, so what I wanted to talk about, really why I started this channel, was trying to talk about where do you buy comic books if you live in Europe. Because I have a few stores that I buy from. We have one comic book shop in Copenhagen, as per now. Well, we have two, but one that gets issues. The other ones only get trades, so it doesn't count for me. It's not really a comic book shop. We have one that get monthly issues. They're of course very expensive, but I try to support them so they won't go out of business. So I buy a lot of stuff from overseas. I buy a lot of stuff from England. A little bit from, I think it's in Belgium or Holland. There's a shop as well. But if you know any good shops online that sells back issues and where they're like easy to find, because I hate like scrolling through Excel sheets. Sorry, of I just did a Danish thing there of comic. I don't have the. I need it to be like there needs to be a picture of it, of the comic book, and it doesn't need to have a grade. If it's cheap, I don't care. If it is expensive, I need pictures. But if you have any ideas where to buy comic books or in Europe, please let me know. If you have a local comic book shop that you love that has like a good variety of back issues, but maybe don't have a homepage, I'd like to know as well, because maybe I can write them, and they might have stuff that I need, or I don't need it, but I want it. Yes, so that was just a quick, like, if you like Superman, and if you haven't read this yet, it's Geoff Johns. He's basically the guy who saved the DC universe. He's not my favorite writer, but he's a very decent writer. He's very, very like, he never surprised me, but he always deliver. He's a bit like a Boy Scout. It's a bit it's not dangerous in any way. It's not off topic. It's not it's very safe, but very good. So check it out. check out this Superman. And John Romita Jr. I don't know, for some reason, some people doesn't like his art anymore. Or, I don't know. I think he's amazing. I think he's getting better and better. And I really love this pairing with Klaus Janson, because I think the two together just delivers magic. This is it's a good Superman story. It's not great. There aren't that many great Superman stories, but you know, Superman is sort of a character that you love, but you can't like with Batman. There are so many great stories. With Superman, it's like, yeah, but I still love him. You know, he's a cool guy, and he's the hero. Maybe that's it. Like, he's the dad of the superhero universe. And you always love Dad, right? And he's been a really, really good dad. A really, really strong father figure for the superhero universe. So I like him for that. So whenever there's something even slightly interesting, I'd like to read it. I think Action Comics right now, actually, by Brian Michael Bendis, and can't remember the artist's name. Shoid. It's decent as well. It's a bit like this. It's a bit worse than this, actually, but like, if this on a scale from 1 to 10, this is like I don't know. The story is a 6, but with the artwork, it's a 7. Like a 6 or a 7. The Action Comic right now is a 5 for me. So I'm not buying it. I'm not paying $3.99 for average book. I can't afford that. You know, it needs to be better than that, and it's not. But it is like decent. It is good. Yeah. I'll try to see how I'm feeling, but I'll try to do some more videos with somebody asked me about the X-Men run. How many issues do I still have to buy? Not that many anymore, but the very expensive ones are left for some reason. Well, makes sense, doesn't it? Save the worst for last. But I'll do that in the next video. I'll actually try to... I can't do all the magic on the computer. I just don't have the skills. And I can't be bothered to learn it. So I'll probably just print out the covers that I'm missing, so you can, like... Because I like the visual information as well. Otherwise, it's just me sitting here chatting. And that's not that interesting. So, if you like Superman, if you like John Romita Jr. and Klaus Janson and Geoff Johns, 32 to 40. It's a decent run. It definitely is. It's not a bad run. So check it out. And yeah. No, I think that's it for now. I'll talk more about how I back on board and how I grade as well. I'll do another video about that. As I said, I do it every morning. And I do 5 comics every morning. Because I think if I grade more than that, I start to lose focus and interest. So 5 is good for me. You know, with a cup of coffee, an old record on the player, or maybe just the birds singing, depends on the morning. It's nice. It's me time. And I like that. I got 3 kids, so I do that really early. And then I go and I bake buns for them, bread, whatever, and I make them breakfast, and I wake them up, and they get ready for school. So this is like dad time, and I definitely need dad time. I need to do something. That's just me, but I need to do something. I need to have something to wake up to and something to do every morning. Otherwise, things get out of hand. But for me now, it's really good. It's the comics books. I've been doing this for more than a year, and I love doing it. And, you know, it's just sitting there fussing with my books. And I rekindle old love. Because, you know, I find books in my collection that I forgot about, you know. And I like that as well. So that's it for me this time. Sorry, I got a little bit long. Sorry, I haven't been on for a while. And take care of yourselves. Cheers.